Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. For those of you who have been keeping up to date with gaming news, you've surely heard of the zombie survival game H1Z1, and you've probably also heard about how the developer is handling hackers. For those of you who don't know, the developers of the game have banned many a hacker, and many of these hackers want to play the game again. They sent formal email apologies to the devs, stating the typical, sorry I hacked, I won't hack again, I'll play the game normally, that sort of thing. The developers responded with, if you former hackers want to get into our game, you have to make formal video apologies, upload videos to YouTube with none of your private information, just you in front of a camera, saying sorry, you hacked the game, you were a hacker playing H1Z1 with hacks. And this has brought up a bit of controversy whether this is right or wrong, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity, a perfect excuse to bring up hackers in video games, how to deal with them, and also something similar to hacking, piracy. These are two illegal activities that affect gaming, so I thought in this commentary, let's talk about them. Let's address this and see if we can come up with something. First, let's talk about hackers. Well, hacking a video game is just wrong, period. Hacking a multiplayer video game is wrong. There's no way around it. Now don't confuse hacking with modding. If you're playing a single-player game and you're modifying the experience, that's fine. Many people accused me of hacking and called me a piece of crap, confused me for a hacker because I play Dark Souls 1 and 2 with mods. Mods that give me unlimited souls and unlimited items. Now, I don't play Dark Souls multiplayer, so this doesn't give me an unfair advantage and is strictly single-player. Don't confuse single-player modding with multiplayer hacking. Multiplayer hacking is unfair, not fun, and just despicable as a whole. People go in a multiplayer game to enjoy the game and play with others online. Sure, you may have to put up with dickheads online who act like immature children on their microphones, but you can mute them. And that's an unfortunate side effect with all multiplayer. You're going to encounter asshole players in multiplayer. It's undeniable. But a hacker? A hacker in a multiplayer game is a whole new breed of asshole. You're cheating! And not just that, you're cheating for no reason. You're cheating in a video game. How pathetic is that? It's not like there's any money on the line or something like that. It's not like you're in some sort of tournament where there's $1 million reward. You're playing with random strangers who are just there to enjoy an online gaming experience. And then these hackers come in, getting the top spot on leaderboards or whatever because they hacked, and getting nothing. Oh, so you're top on the leaderboard. You didn't fucking earn it. You hacked. Oh, I'm sure you have such a big penis. Or vagina, because you hacked a video game to get top spot on a leaderboard. Bravo, bravo. Hacking in multiplayer games is just pathetic. It really is pathetic. Not only is it pathetic, it's extremely lazy. You're too lazy to play the game properly? You let all these hacks do the work for you? Why actually aim up your shot when you can get an aimbot? Why die and respawn when I can be invincible? Guys, say what you will about me modding Dark Souls. I don't make myself invincible and have one-shot kills. Alright. That's enough complaining about hackers. How do we actually deal with the hackers? Well, honestly, there are multiple ways, and I'm surprised not more people have implemented them. 1. Something developers should do for their multiplayer aspects of their games is hire former hackers. Hire people who have hacked games or have basic knowledge of hacking. Make your multiplayer experience, make your online function with all the necessary hack-proof stuff. Let this hacker take a crack at it, see if he can hack it, and then help make your game truly hack-proof. Another way to deal with hackers is make the consequences for hacking severe. While I do recommend the developers of H1Z1 for kind of embarrassing these hackers and making them show their faces like, yeah, I'm a hacker. I hacked a video game. I'm pretty lame. Like, embarrassing them like that, that's cool. That's a way to demoralize hackers. But if I were in the devs' positions, I wouldn't even pay attention to these hackers. not only would I ban them from a game, I'd take the user ID of the person you know is a hacker, give it to other developers, or even officials at Valve, Sony, and Microsoft, and let them know this user's a hacker. He hacked our game and he could be hacking others. Ban him, block him, delete his user. Some may call that overly harsh, and I say again, there would have to be precautions taken so that this doesn't get out of line. I mean, for goodness sakes, sometimes the systems of the game screw up and confuse people for being hackers. People could be accused of hacking who aren't really hacking at all. So yes, absolutely precautions would need to be taken. But still, the punishment for hacking should be severe. If there's a severe punishment for doing anything, it will demoralize people from doing it. And that's personally how I think hackers should be dealt with. Ban them, block them, delete their accounts. But that's just my opinion on how they should be handled. I'm sure all of you have your own. Now, our mateys, let's talk about pirates. Because they are just as much a scourge on gaming as hackers. Piracy is just as big a problem. First off, let me say, I am not 100% against piracy, because believe it or not, I have friends who pirate games. But they do the smart thing. They pirate a game. The only reason they pirate games is to use a pirated version of a game as like an extended demo. They'll play the game, the pirated version, see if they like it or not, and then they'll actually use their own money to buy the full game. And that's kind of okay. I can see the right in that, and I don't see too much wrong. But still, there is a bit of iffiness to it. I'm not calling you a bad person or an actual pirate for using piracy in that matter, but it's on the borderline of moral standards. Now, for those people who only pirate games, never buy games, only pirate games, I say on to you, fuck you. Dozens, if not hundreds, of people worked their asses off night and day, blood, sweat, and tears to make the video games that you play and pirate. They deserve financial income. Their product, their hard work, deserves money. You have every right to save money. You want to look for a cheap deal online? Go ahead, I do it all the time. If you want to get games for cheap, you want to get a cheap deal, not get the game at full price, that's fine. But money must exchange hands. This is how the world works. You work hard, you get paid. People worked hard to make that video game. They deserve to be paid. In the end, you may like the video game, you may not like the video game. You may regret your purchase, and that's perfectly fine. But if effort was put into making that product, that effort needs to be rewarded. And you have every opportunity through the internet and the media to find out if a video game would be right for you. Oh, and to those pirates who say they can't afford to buy these games, they don't have the money. Oh, but you have the money to buy the computer and the graphics cards and all this other shit to be able to play the games. So yeah, I call bullshit. If you have the money to get all the necessary hardware on your PC to play the game, then you have enough money to buy the damn game. Now, how can developers and publishers prevent piracy? Because we've seen Ubisoft and EA try to prevent piracy through DRM, and we all saw how well their DRM went. Always online is not the answer. So what is the answer to preventing piracy? Well, allow me to give you guys a few ideas. One, in reference to an older video I made, I will have a link in the description below to that video. Talk with your community more. Have your game devs and the people involved in the video game's development talk with the community more. Have live streams, Q&As, make Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook pages, and actually talk, engage with your consumers. If your consumers get to know you, get to know the people involved in making the game, they won't feel the need for piracy, because they'll feel like shit. Getting to know these people and knowing the hard work they're doing to make the game, if they pirated the game, they would feel bad. They'd feel like they'd be stealing from them, which they would be. So let the people making the game get out there and talk more. Guilt Guilt the pirates into not wanting to pirate the game. Let them know that if they pirate the game, these people are the people the pirates are basically saying fuck you to. And if they like these people, they probably won't want to do that. Another way to prevent piracy is, like I said at the beginning of talking about pirates here, some people pirate video games to give themselves an extended demo, an extended look on the game. They want to know what they're getting into. So here's an idea to help lower piracy. Bring back demos, but bring back demos in such a way that it doesn't affect the sales of your game. The reason there is less and less video game demos is because video game demos are not in the developers' and the publishers' best interest. Statistics, charts show video games with demos actually sell less than video games without demos. And why is that? Because when people get their hands on the demo, if they like what they've played, they just replay the demo over and over again. I'm guilty of that. But unlike most people, I don't get bored or tired of video games. Other people do. So when they play the demo and over again, they've had their fill, they've had their share of the game, and now they feel no need to actually buy the game. What I would recommend is game trials. Hour-long to 2-hour-long trials. Let someone download a trial for a game. What people do is that they download the whole game. They get the whole package for free. But as soon as they hit play, as soon as they get into the game, a timer starts, and they have, like, say, an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours to play, enjoy, and experience the trial. So gamers will play for that 1 or 2 hours. So gamers will start to get into the game, get used to the game, get used to the mechanics, start progressing in the multiplayer, or start the story and get interested and invested in the story. They start to get a taste for the game and a liking for the game. But then just as they're getting into it, as they're enjoying the multiplayer or the single player, just as they're getting into and playing it, the trial ends, their hour and a half to 2 hours is up, and the game trial automatically uninstalls itself from your computer or console. Now that's just my crazy idea, my crazy thought, and I personally think that would be a great way to stop pirates. Pirates sometimes pirate games because they don't want to pay to find out if they're going to not like the game or not. So let people have free reign over the entire game for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Let them get into it, invest it, and then take it away so that people will want to buy the game. Now, some people in the comments section are going to say that's shady and shitty. Not really. Guys, the problem with free demos are people would just play the free demos and then never try out the main game. So have what's basically a demo, but it's basically the whole game, but you get it for a limited amount of time. When that time's up, when you've played the game, enjoyed it, gotten into it, you'll buy the whole thing, or you'll find out if it's not for you. Better than having a free demo you can play over and over again that convinces you, okay, I've had my share of the game, I don't need to buy it now. But that's just my opinion, that's just my thoughts, and I think I will put an end to the commentary here. I have my own thoughts and feelings when it comes to hackers and pirates and how to handle them, and I'm sure you guys do too. I just hope video game publishers and developers finally figure out a real answer, a real way to deal with hackers and pirates that doesn't affect the average consumer, the average buyer, because a majority of people buy their games and don't hack them. So I can only hope that a solution is eventually found. But what are your thoughts and feelings on this subject, guys? And if you liked the video, if you like what I had to say, if you agree with my opinion, if you enjoyed the gameplay, if you liked the video in any way, shape, or form, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved with the video if you hit the like button. Please leave a comment. What are your opinions on hacking and piracy, and how they should be handled on video games? Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions in the comment section below. I love reading comments, and I don't get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. And finally, I'm the Gamertron, and I love video games, and I love talking about video games. And if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel and supporting me. This has been a video, and I will see you guys later.